Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Pak Menanda. Welcome to the presentation of Syndicate to EMBA 70. Joining here, Alia, Valen, Nadira, Fami, and myself, Rifki. On this occasion, we will present the results of our analysis of price elasticities demand in the real world. Here is the table of contents. Let's start first with the background. Price elasticity of demand measures the responsiveness of the quantity demanded of a good to a change in its price. It is an essential concept in economics, indicating how consumer demand for a product changes in response to price variations. As you can see that this case showing the estimated absolute values of short run and long run price elasticity of demand for selected commodities in the United States and any other countries. Next slide will be presented by Nadira.
Okay, so let's get to the key points. We have three important points. The first one is difference between short run and long run elasticities, which the price elasticities of demand for mass commodity is significantly larger in the long run compared to the short run. For example, is clothing has a short run elasticity of 0.90 and long run elasticity of 2.90. The second one is variation in elasticities across commodities. The elasticity values differ across various commodities. Example is the elasticity for gasoline, through higher in the long run, remains price inelastic. The third one is caution in interpretation. The estimated price of electricity of demand for any commodity can vary widely depending on the country, time period, and the estimation technique used. It is crucial to use these estimates with caution due to the potential variability. The next part will be presented by Mas Fahmi.
Okay, thank you, Nadira. This is about the section about the theory and analysis. So from the graphics, we can see this graphic present a comparison of the price elasticities of demand for various commodities in both the short run and the long run. Uh, in the blue area, that represented the short run electricity, while the red area represents long run elasticity. So the generally commodities tend to have more an elastic demand in the short run and more elastic demand in the long run, as the consumer have time to adjust their consumption behavior. Next. Okay, this is the table about price elasticity ranking by the commodities. In the left, the table ranks in the short run, and in the right, the rank number for the long run. So from this table, we can see that the table represents the ranking that are categorized into short run and the long run elasticities. So we can understand about the price elasticity of the different commodities that help us to making making informed decision regarding the pricing strategies. As we can see in the long run, the most elastic commodity is beer, while in the long run is clothing. And the next slide will be represented by Alia. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mas Fahmi. So, still the part of the theory and analysis, as we already seen before the graphic about the elasticity data of the commodities. So here is the table that display the price elasticity data of various commodity that showing how their demand responds to price changes in both the short run and also the long run. So from this data, we are grouping commodities based on the elasticity changes. So the first group is commodities that are inelastic in the short run but become elastic in the long run. The example of the commodity is clothing, tobacco products, wine, and electricity. So these commodities exhibit low elasticity in the short run, that meaning consumers do not significantly reduce their consumption immediately after a price increase. Over time, however, consumers find alternative or adjust their consumption habits, making the demand more elastic in the long run. And the second group is commodities that are significantly more elastic from short run to long run. So this commodity have relatively high elasticity in both the short and also the long runs. So these commodities already elastic in short run, then becoming more elastic in the long run as they adjust their habits and possibly find substitutes. So the example of the commodities here is beer and also household natural gas. The third group is commodities that remain inelastic but become more elastic in the long run. The example of the products are jewelry and watches, public transport, in England, public transport in France, and also gasoline in US, Canada, and Australia. So these commodities are inelastic in both the short and long runs, meaning that uh, previously in the short run, this commodity is still in inelastic, and when in the long runs, the commodity also stay in inelastic, but meaning consumer do not drastically change their consumption immediately after a price change. But in the long run, there is a slight increase in elasticity, indicating some adjustment, but the demand still remains relatively inelastic. The last group is commodities that are elastic in the short run but cannot sustain in the long run. The example of the commodity is cheese. So this commodity has a high elasticity in the short run, but the long run data is not available. So it suggests that while initially elastic, it might not sustain such elasticity over time. So we can go to the next slide. Yeah. As we are breakdown before the grouping commodities based on elasticity changes, we are here in the first commodity group, that is commodities that are inelastic in the short run but become elastic in the long run. The theory relating to this group is adjustment and time to find substitutes. As we can see, the data highlighting some products that are included in this group. Yeah, so in the short run, consumers have limited time to adjust their consumption habits or find substitutes, resulting in inelastic demand. Over the long run, consumer can find alternatives or adjust their behavior, making the demand more elastic. This change in behavior highlights the importance of considering both short-term and long-term impacts when analyzing price elasticity. From the data in the from the data in the picture, the interesting example is clothing commodity. It has significant difference in consumer responsiveness to price changes, while consumers are relatively unresponsive to price changes in the short term. They become highly responsive in the long term. As we can see that the elasticity data of short run in clothing is 0.9, while in the long run is 2.9. That has a very significant difference of 2 points. Okay, so the next slide will be presented by Valen.
Sorry. Thank you, Alia. Hello again, everyone. Continuing from Alia's explanation before on the theory and analysis of price elasticity demand in the real world, we will explore how consumers adjust to price changes over time for certain commodities, leading to a significant shift in elasticity. For now, we will go to the second which is commodities that are more elastic from short run to We use the theory long-term behavioral changes and alternative. As we can see here, there's a table that highlight the commodity like beers, house and household. These commodities show a high degree of elasticity in both the short run and long run, with a noticeable increase over time. For some commodities, maybe we can see that customers can make substantial changes over time, which result in a large increase in elasticity. This means that while the immediate response to price changes might be minimal, the long-term response can be much more significant. From the data here, we can see the example for the beer in US. We see the elasticity data in short run is 1.72 and it increased in long run at 2.17. In the short run, the consumptions of beer might be less responsive to price changes as it's considered a staple for many. But however, the long run, consumers may begin to switch to other alcoholic beverage or reduce their overall consumptions as they seek cheaper alternatives or healthier options. Maybe we can go to the next slide. The third commodity group is commodities that remains inelastic but become more elastic in the long run. We can see the theory is necessity and limited substitutes, gradual adjustment. This essential commodity has a low elasticities in the long run due to the lack of immediate substitutions and their necessity. We can look at there's essential commodities that typically have few substitutes, making them relative inelastic in the short run. However, over the long run, some adjustment can be made, which slightly increase the elasticity. In here, we can see some commodities that join this group, but I want to highlight the public transportation in England and also in French. We can see in elasticity data at public transportation in England, the elasticity data in short run is 0.51 and it increased in long run at 0.69. Public transport is a crucial commuting and hence is elastic in the short terms. However, over time, individuals might find alternative transportation modes such as carpooling or maybe cycling, or maybe they adjust their travel patterns to save costs, leading to a slight increase in elasticity. Okay, we can go to the last one. The commodities that are elastic in the short run but cannot sustain in the long run. We use the theory of immediate responsiveness versus the long-term feasibility. The demand for this commodity is elastic in the short run, but as we can see, it's become perfectly inelastic in the long run that consumers might have no viable substitutions or alternative for the commodity. In this example, we can see cheese in UK. We can see the elasticity data in short run is 1.36, but none in the long run. In the short run, cheese might exhibit high elasticity as customers can switch to other food products quickly if prices rise. However, over the long term, the availability of substitutes may diminish, and the demands for cheese could become more inelastic. Some commodities might show high elasticity in the short run due to the immediate availability of the substitutes or rapid changes in consumption habits. However, in the long run, sustained change may be not feasible, leading to a collapse in demand elasticity like this case. Next will be presented by Mas Fahmi.
Okay, thank you, Valen. And the sections, we will present about the conclusion from the price elasticity case. So the elasticity data for various commodities reveal how consumer demand responds to price change over time, highlighting distinct pattern based on the commodity natures, and essentially this information is crucial for business, policymaker, and consumer. So from the case, we can learn how when we understanding price electricity is essential for making informed decision is in pricing strategy, taxation, and subsidies. In the short run, beer in the US is highly elastic, while gasoline in the Australia is highly inelastic. In the long run, clothing in the US become the most elastic, showing significant sensitivity to the price change. And then here the three key takeaways from the case. The first is business pricing strategy about understanding demand elasticity help in setting effective price and forecasting revenue. And the second, policymaker price related policies. It's about the consider both short run and long run elasticities when designing taxes and subsidies. And the last one is the consumer behavior. How consumer they adaptation, education, and information, and respond from the price change over time. Elasticity data is vital for understanding consumer behavior and making informed economic decisions. It helps business optimize pricing, policymaker design effective policies, and consumer make informed choice. Thank you for attention, and we hope this presentation has provided valuable insight into the concept of price elasticity. And please apologize if there's any miss in the explanation. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.